गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो श्री गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
अच्छा हरी कथा बोलो आप बोलो इसको ले लो ये ले लो
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Let's offer my unlimited and pronounced to the lotus feet of my spiritual master, Nityalila Vaishnava Ishtabhada Sitara Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and to the lotus feet of Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, and to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis assembled here on this very auspicious day, that we're able to hear Harikatha from the lips of the lotus lips of the pure devotee. We know pure devotee because a pure devotee is dedicated and one-pointed to serving his Srila Gurudev, who in turn is serving his Gurudev, and all the way to Lord Krishna, and ultimately to Sri Srimati Radhika. So we're very fortunate Maharaj has come to London again. I think the last time he was here in August, last August. So a few months have passed by, and he's kindly blessed us again with his presence. So Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastri Hoy, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Just by a moment's association with this pure devotee, we can get all good fortune. But we have to be also qualified recipients to receive that. The example is given like a mosquito. Also, he takes the association of a devotee, pure devotee, but he sucks the blood of the devotee. He doesn't do any service, really. So we have to be careful that we are engaged in service that is favorable to pleasing the devotee. We sometimes think that my service is the best, or I'm the only one who's serving Garuda the best, or nobody can serve like me. But this is not a good way to serve. We should Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Suhashana Amanina Manavena Kirtanya Sadahari. We should be more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. And in this way we should chant the holy names and serve the Vaishnavas. So this is also a very high goal, because the tree is very tolerant. The tree never speaks back. All it does is tolerate really all that we give to it. But in return it gives us very nice sweet fruits. It gives us shade, it gives us shelter, it gives us oxygen, and so many things that are precious to our life. It's life-giving. So a Vaishnava is like that. He is giving life to us. He's inspiring us to live our life completely and fully. Because we are without spiritual master, without Guru and Vaishnava, our life is empty. As we know from experience, we have come this far in our Krishna consciousness, in our devotion. If you imagine where we were some months ago, some years ago, in our own life history, where we've come from to where we are now, what we were doing before to what we're doing now and where we are now, we can't imagine what a difference that is. It's like the difference between sky and earth. Very, very, very far apart. Like two different worlds. We live almost in a different world when you're with devotees. Then when you experience being outside in the material world with others who are not Krishna consciousness, then you can compare and see how it is very different to be in Sadhu Sangha, how things change, how your perspective changes, how your vision changes, how the meaning of your life changes, and you have a purpose and a goal. We hear this theme that the world outside is a rat race. From 9 to 5 we're working so hard. And what are we working so hard for? For some little money that will give us some pleasure that is temporary. But then what do we do with that? We just enjoy, then again we go back to work and we collect some more money, then we enjoy, or that cycle carries on and on. By some good fortune we've been able to come on this path of Krishna consciousness, which is very rare. It said, Labdha Sudulabham Idam Bahu Sambhavante Manushyam Arthadam Anityam Like this human birth is very rare. After many 84 million species of life that we get this human birth. And we can see that for ourselves. I think most of us can reflect on ourselves and how fortunate we are to have this human birth. And we can take advantage of it in fulfilling the purpose of having this human birth, which is so wonderful. And it's a precious gift. And it is very rarely attained after many, many births. Not only that, but also to be able to chant the holy names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To be able to chant this mantra, it's said in scripture that it takes you 100 births of worshipping Vasudev Krishna to be able to chant this mantra. So it's a very precious thing that we have been given by the blessings of our Srila Garuda. The mantra has been very generously given to us, very freely given to us by our Garuda and by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the most munificent, magnanimous incarnation. He has given us this jewel, this treasure, without any consideration, without any discrimination, without even seeing if we're qualified or not. And it said that he's actually chasing after us. It said, here, come, take this. And if you have no container to take it, I will give you. I will make you qualified. So you just please try. You chant this name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is our good fortune. You may not realize our good fortune. It's described sometimes like the son of a king. The young son, he does not know the value or the importance of being a king, like his father. He's got so much wealth. He does not appreciate. But one day when the child grows up and he sees and realizes the wealth of his father and what the position of his father, then he can appreciate the value of being born as a prince. So we are very fortunate to be in the association of Vaishnava and in the association of Srila Gurudev, and also the Ganga Mata is here very nicely hosting and always welcoming sadhus and engaging 24 hours a day in serving other devotees, which is a great example. So it's an inspiration to see their dedication and their commitment, and that is also very inspiring. So I thank Srila Bhaktivinoda Maharaj for allowing me to say a few words to purify myself. I ask for everybody's blessings, and that I may realize some of these things that I have spoken myself. It's easy to speak, but difficult to practice. Every moment, every day is a challenge, and so we should stay in Krishna consciousness. And yes, it can be difficult. Many challenges come, but we try and ride the waves and jump over the hurdles and duck and dive and move forward step by step, slowly, with great endeavor, great patience and tolerance. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo.
What do you speak for? Oh, come on.
It's always a blissful moment to be in the association with Srila Bhaktivinoda Maharaj. It's always like, this is the month of Christmas, so it's always like, to Christians it would be like Christmas, and to us it would be like an extension of Kartik, And where I'm from, Brazil, where my family used to live, Pindamonhangaba, a small town near São Paulo. The devotee is very fortunate because Maharaj goes there regularly. I mean, you're very fortunate here as well, because Maharaj is the second time that he's been, he's given us the opportunity to have this pure association. You're very blessed as well. Whoever lives in the usual places that Maharaj goes to, very, very blessed people, because all they need to do is just be there, because he always comes back. he always comes back. And in my family, whenever, you know, whenever there were any difficulties, hardship in life, people moaning about all sorts of things, and all the normal difficulties that we all experience in life. But there was always that thought that, you know, whatever it is that we're going through now, it's not easy now, but soon Maharaj will, you know, will turn up again. And so these are very blessed individuals who just happen to be in the place where the pure Vaishnava returns. You know, Sripad Maharaj he's always returning. He's always returning. That's the good news, and that's the wonderful thing. Because even if you struggle with the practices, he always comes back, and whenever you see him, it doesn't matter how rusty you feel. But whenever you see him again, he just fills you with that enthusiasm again, and that eagerness to, you know, to chant more, and it just it doesn't really matter how unqualified you are. Anybody can understand that it is a very rare opportunity to be in the association of a devotee of his quality. Mahabhagavata. This is a very, very rare opportunity, and people in my family, we've always been blessed that we've always had his association. And even like a very loving father, when Maharaj has always accepted everyone, has always tolerated even those that are the most skeptical of people. I like to think of myself as being one of the most skeptical people. People who don't believe in things, and very hard to believe and very difficult to have faith. And I used to come to Maharaj with lots of questions and doubts in my mind, and I won't go in, I will not go through. I'm not going to go through the questions, but I was always somebody going to him and always asking him, is this what I'm meant to do? And even my own relationship with my own Diksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, they took me along, because I was a member of another institution, I was a member of another institution, and I was a bit like a donkey, and very basic knowledge, and for many years I used to come to Maharaj and ask him the most stupid and the most basic questions, and sometimes, he wouldn't even answer the questions, just look at me and he'd go, I don't know, he'd go like that. And but like a little child, I could go to him and ask him. He because Maharaj is very loving, he would just let you come and ask any questions you wanted, and he wouldn't make you feel awkward. And so I used to ask him the most basic questions, and I used to have doubts. And it took him 5 years to accept Srila Gurudev. 5 years, 5 long years. Everybody else in my family, they accept Gurudev from like first second. The first second they saw Gurudev. Gurudev came to Brazil the second time around in 2000, and all my family members, they saw all he took was just a few seconds with Gurudev, and they all took Harinam, all of them. But I was always the one that always had doubts, always had doubts. And Maharaj very kindly, in a very loving manner, he was always very, very patient. He would never call me, he'd never say anything to me that would make me feel like I'm wasting his time with my questions, and very, very patient. He knew it was just a silly, like a toddler, below toddler level. And he knew, and he would laugh very often, Maharaj, when you asked him stupid questions. He would just laugh, and so he was always very patient. It took me 5 years to take initiation from my Gurudev, 5 long years. My family just accepted Gurudev straight away, and when we were in Holland in 2005, when we took Diksha from my Guru Maharaj, Maharaj came up to me and he said, I cannot believe you're going to take initiation down without you. I never thought this would be possible. How is this possible? It's a miracle. He was just pulling my leg like that, Maharaj. But I was actually telling him, I'm actually terrified, Maharaj, because I don't know whether Gurudev will accept me, because it took me 5 years of doubt. I don't know whether maybe Gurudev won't even accept me. Maybe Gurudev will say no. But it is thanks to the mercy of Shripad Ban Maharaj that he took me on that journey. It took me a lot longer, but it is thanks to his guidance and his mercy and his loyalty to us. You know, this is the thing. You know, it should be the other way around. We should have firm faith in Guru, but Guru is always loyal to disciple. Guru never abandons disciple, and there were times when. There were. I used to say to. Anyway, it is thanks to his guidance and his mercy that individuals like myself, who are incredibly skeptical and incredibly arrogant, and individuals that they think that they know it all. But fortunately, I fell in love with Maharaj from the first moment I saw him, because I'd never seen anybody like him before, and because I hadn't met my Gurudev yet, so I met him before I met my Gurudev, and I couldn't have had a better person to prepare me on that journey in terms of having the right frame of mind before I was in the presence of my Gurudev. And the first time I saw Maharaj, he was in the temple in São Paulo, I think 1998, possibly 1999, 98, 99, and everybody was talking about him because it was like the new sensation in town. People say, oh, this sannyasi, he's completely amazing. It's not like any of the sannyasis we've seen before. It's just like an associate of Mahaprabhu, like it's very, very special. I never really, he was like a celebrity even before I met him. Everybody was talking about him. And when I arrived at the temple, he was washing his own clothes. It was like he was in the toilet. He was in the toilet. There was a bathtub, and he was washing his own clothes because he wouldn't let anybody else wash his clothes. And so it was, to me, it was like seeing the sadhu, washing his on the margins of the Ganga. Very humble associate of Mahaprabhu, and then he actually ordered devotees, because devotees, they wanted to give him like special food. They actually said to devotees, no, I don't want any special food, I just want simple food, simple prasadam, simple prasadam. I just want to feel like I'm in Vrindavan. So sabji, everything else was very basic, very simple, and he was teaching through his own example. So it was a very powerful thing, very powerful thing. And many of us at the time, we had come from another institution, and we were used to, expect the sannyasis to expect to be treated like kings, And even though, but he's a Maharaj, he's a super king, a super prince, but he just wanted to devotees to, he just wanted the Vrindavan mood in the temple, and so that transformed the lives of many of us, because we had been in another organization for many, many years. We'd never experienced anything like that. And then to have had somebody like him sent over by Srila Gurudev, it was a very special occasion. And it transformed the lives of all of us, and all of us will have we're very fortunate people, because we will always, Krishna willing, will always have our relationship will never, with Maharaj, our loving connection to him will never cease. So I'm immensely grateful for every second that I've been in his association, and for his love and for his guidance. Shripad Ban Maharaj ki jai.
Sindhi, speak few words.
Okay, that was a bit quick. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, my Diksha Guru, and to Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, my Shiksha Guru. And I am very deeply grateful to both of them, because between the two of them, they have covered everything we need to know to perfect our lives, if we choose to follow it. I also offer my respectful obeisances to Bhaktivedanta Ram Maharaj, who travels around the world helping people to remember. And as far as I remember, if I remember correctly, I think he was brought up with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the understanding of Mahaprabhu's mission and who he was from being young. So he speaks very beautifully on these topics, and these topics are very special because it's only in this Kali Yuga actually that we can understand this understanding of the Vrindavan mood, and Sri Krishna himself from Vrindavan, Vrajendrananda and Krishna, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only come once in a day of Brahma. Sorry, I'm a bit puffed still. And so this is a very special teaching, and we've been very blessed because it's only 500 years since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and that is actually a very short time. So these teachings are very fresh for us, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj actually really gave to this world really what no one else had given in detail. So somehow or other, as a Westerner, we're very, very fortunate actually to have heard these things and to be able to even to think about putting them in practice. So I think that's all I'm going to say, and I offer my respectful obeisances to all the devotees, and Hari Bol.
नाम शिष्टं मनोभी सचीपुत्रस्वरूपं रूपं तस्सग्रजमुर्पुरीं मातुरीं दुष्टवाटिं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरमो राधिका माधवासं भक्तशिष्यप्रतीतकृपया श्रीगुरु तन्तोऽस्मि नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरक्षसे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते रसिकमं कृपानिधि सप्रियाचरणं करें करो संविदा दशरथिनं विभो प्रार्थये ब्रजमेन्द्रनन्दना वस्तु वाति वल्लभा जन्म जन्मनि मधेश्वरी प्रिया प्राणनाथ विषभानुनन्दिनी श्रीकाव्यनाथरूपसुधापद राधिका पदतले कृपास्थिते तं भजामि रसिकेन्द्रशेखरम् वंशे विभूषितकरान् नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्बफलादृष्टात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् हरवीर्मुग्धात् कृष्णात् परमतत्त्वं किमपि अहं न जानामि कृष्णात् परमतत्त्वं किमपि अहं न जानामि न वैजाचे राज्यं न जनकमानिकं न विवाहं न जायं ब्रह्मं सर्वजनकं मङ्गलवधूं सदा काले काले प्रमोदपते नलितचरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी देवी काको भरकदगदयाद्दवाच जाचिनी पत्ते भूमिदण्डवादुर्वटार्ति अस्य प्रसादनमुदास्य जनस्य कृत्वा गन्धर्विके विजगने गणनान्विते अंगस्यामलवीक्षता मन्दिकतेन्द्रीवरं जड्डं जाचुकुलरोचिषं पट्टं रसस्या बिन्दारण्यनिवासमुद्रसत्तामादिदामोदरं राधास्कन्दवीसुरज्जलो भुजं हैरं सुदामोदरम् श्रीं पदाब्जुस्तव विना वरदाश्रमेव नन्नात् कदापि समे किल देवी जाचे सखायुतो नमस्तु नमस्तु नित्यं रसायति मम रसस्तु रसस्तु सत्यम् श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु First of all, offer my humble, respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Sila Vaman Goswami Maharaj and Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Sila Naran Goswami Maharaj. simultaneously offer my humble, respectful Dandavat Pranam. Lotus feet of Nitya-lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Garuda Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj, and all senior devotees and all Vaishnava Goswamis, and presently all of my respectful guests. Just I want to speak few words. Chaitanya Chaitamritam Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explain, কোনো ভাগ্যে কোনো জীবের শ্রদ্ধা যদি হয় তবে সেই জীব সাধুসঙ্গ করায়। Wandering in the cycle of repeated birth and death, very extreme and fortune living entities, they will take shelter lotus feet of sadhu and guru. Then listen Hari Katha from the lotus lips of sadhu. Then his Shraddha will manifest in his heart. Shraddha means, what does it mean Shraddha?
Faith.
Faith. English word. Shraddha means Shraddhastu anannapayo varjanam bhaktirmukhi chittavritti vishesha. Or Jiva Goswami Pad has given the definition about Shraddha. Shraddhastu anannapayo varjanam, giving up all kinds of process of karma, gyan, yoga and tapasya. Only practice the devotion service to Lord. Well, that is called Bhagavat Seva. Because listen Hari Katha from the lotus leaves of sadhu, then he realized that if I listen Hari Katha or practice the devotional service to Lord, then my life will be successful. Because by the performing karma, gyan, yoga and tapasya, you can't to attain Lord. No sadhati man yogam, no sankha dharma uddhava, no saddhas tapos tago, jatha bhaktir mamo varjita. And Krishna told to Uddhava in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, the conversation between Lord Krishna and Uddhava. Uddhava, he asked some question to Lord. Then Lord Krishna, he gave this answer, the no sadhati man yogam, by the performing of yoga tapasya, austerities, what is called? Renunciation. Then, or many kinds of activities, but no one can attain to me. Only Suddha Bhakti. Bhakti means it. What do you mean Bhakti? Bhakti is कहते हैं? अरे भक्ति किसको कहते हैं?
सेवा.
भक्ति means सेवा. भज्यते सेव्यते इति भक्ति. Bhajdhatu, Sanskrit word, Bhajdhatu, that is a verbal root, Bhaj means to serve. But that serve only apply towards Krishna. Krishna Seva Vritti. And all your tendency, how to give absolute pleasure? Krishna's sense gratifications. That is Krishna Atmendriya Pritimay Seva. What did I say? क्या बोला?
Pretty much seva.
Krishna Atmendriya. How Krishna will be pleased? For this regard, Rupa Goswami Pad very nicely modified the definition about bhakti. Anna vilasita sunnam jnana karmadana britam anukullena krishnanu silanam bhaktira. Actually, this is called the highest devotional service to Lord. Uttama bhakti. क्या अर्थ बताओ?
The
activities that are performed to exclusively please Krishna, that are devoid of knowledge, that are devoid of jnana, karma, or renunciation. Those activities that are devoid of these things and that give pleasure to Krishna exclusively are defined as pure devotional service.
The heart is not covered with karma, gyan, yoga and tapasya. Then, and free from all kinds of unwanted things. Then, the cultivation of activity towards Krishna. Then, only for Krishna Seva. That is Sanskrit word, just I use this word. Krishna Atmendra Prativancha. Or Krishna Atmendra Prativancha. How to give the spiritual pleasure for Krishna's sense gratification. Or had his own sense gratification, that is called lust. Atmendra Prativancha Tare Bodi Kam. Krishendra Prativancha Dhare Premanam Chedam Chetam. That is own sense gratification. That is called lust. Then, I had the only for spiritual pleasure for Krishna's sense gratifications. That is called prema. So Atmendra Prativancha Tare Boli Kam. Krishendriya Prativancha Dhare Premanam. So now coming this Shraddha, just I also explain this here. কৃষ্ণদাস কবিরাজ গোস্বামী কোনো ভাগ্যে কোনো জীবের শ্রদ্ধা যদি হয় তবে সেই জীব সাধু সঙ্গ করে। Here শ্রদ্ধা means that is called authentic শ্রদ্ধা. Then couple days we also discuss many kinds of shraddha. Then now Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained that is called authentic shraddha. What did he say?
Authentic Shraddha, unflinching faith.
Unflinching faith. And as I Haridas Thakur. But it is Haridas Thakur. Khanda khanda hoy jodi diha pran tathapi bodhane na chari harinam. If my body cut in pieces, I will not give up harinam, chanting harinams. And so these types of shraddha, faith, that is called authentic shraddha. This is very important. Or Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad also explained. Shraddha means Krishna Seva Vasana. Brahmanda Brahmiti Kono Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Latavi Mali Haya Sevij Kari Arupan Shravan Kirtan Jale Karaho Sechan. Brahmanda Brahmiti Kono Bhagavan Jeev. Very extreme fortune living entities. He will take shelter with respect of bona fide Guru. Then by the causeless mercy of Guru, he will receive Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of Bhakti Lata. That is called Krishna Seva Vasana. Desire to serve Krishna. Krishna Seva. Jiva, conditioned soul, they are desire to serve Maya. Maya Seva Vasana. All we have desire to serve Maya. Maya Seva Vasana. But when we take shelter with respect of Guru, then Guru will give these types of seed planted in our heart. That is Krishna Seva Vasana. Desire to serve to Krishna. So how will get? Listen Hari Katha. If you not listen Hari Katha, how your desire will come to serve Krishna? कृष्ण की कथा श्रवण ही नहीं किया तो कहां से सेवा वचन आएगा? If you listen the glories someone, they will desire will come to meet with him. This is true. Understand? And if you listen the glories of one poet or hero, heroine, what do you call it? Cinema artist, it doesn't matter, or singer. You listen some? Some singer? Then your desire, how is it? Very eagerness will come to meet with him. In the same way, when you listen about the glories of Krishna, then your desire will come how to serve to Krishna, how to meet with Krishna. Yeah? So that means sadhu sangha means Harikatha. So here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explained, কোনো ভাগ্যে কোনো জীবের শ্রদ্ধা যদি হয় তবে সেই জীব সাধু সঙ্গ করে। When our Shraddha will come, faith will come, and then our desire will come to listen Harikatha from the lotus feet of sadhu. And sadhu sangha. And if you associate sadhu, then all your doubts removed from your heart. And only pure sadhu, Suddha Bhakta, pure sadhu can क्या बोलते हैं? Remove all your doubts. Just give an example of Ramayana Katha. Very beautiful Katha Ramayana. You know, Ram and Lakshman. They also fought against Indrajit. Indrajit was the son of whom? Ravana. Who kidnapped Sita Devi. So Indrajit, he also bind to Ram and Lakshman with one special arrows. That is called Sarpavan. You know Sarpavan? The arrows of snake. Ram and Lakshman completely what? क्या बोलते हैं? Bound. And Ram and Lakshman completely fainted. Narada Rishi, he saw this. Then Narada Rishi is very happy. They have Lord Ram and Lakshman, they bind with the Sarpavan, the arrows of snake. Then Narada Rishi, he came in Vaikuntha Dham. Where did he come? Vaikuntha. And then Narada Rishi told to Garuda, you know Garuda, who is the carrier of Lord Vishnu. Hey Garuda, please come. And look how your master, Prabhu, now completely you are bind with the Sarpavan, the arrows of snake. Because Garuda, he knows all Tattva Siddhanta. There are no difference Ram and Narayan. Siddhanta Tattva Vedishu. According to the conception of the scriptures, there are no difference Narayan and Ram and Krishna. Siddhanta Tattva Vedishu Opi. According to the conception of the scriptures, there are no difference Ram, Krishna, Hari. But Rasanat Krishnati, according to the Rasvichar conception of the rasas, melodies, Krishna is rasa evastiti. But Krishna is the highest. Krishna is the highest. So now coming in this Guru, how possible? Ram and Lakshman, they are Bhagavat Tattva, Bhagavan. How possible? Indrajit, he bind to Ram and Lakshman with the Sarpavan. Remember, Sarpavan you forget. And the arrows of and go to think how possible. And his Bhagavan means his what? When we discuss about Lord, he had three aspects. What are the three aspects? Vadantata vidastatam jajaganamadhyam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabdate. Lord is one, but he has three aspects. What is that? He is called as Brahma. Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. And Brahma means effulgence. Gyanis, according to their knowledge, they realize he is Brahma. And our Vedanta Darshan also explain. Srimad Bhagavad Gita also explain. I am he, Brahmano Asmin. I am also Brahma. What is Brahma? The effulgence. Paramatma, super soul, who resides in the heart of all the living entities. Everywhere, every atom, and he resides in there. That is Paramatma, super soul. Everywhere. And Hiranyakashipu, he asked Prahlad, Prahlad, only you are saying Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Where is Vishnu? Vishnu, he is my enemy. Why are you taking my enemy's name Vishnu? Where is he? Then Prahlad Maharaj told, oh my father, listen. Then Vishnu means is what? Vyapnotiti Vishnu. Then Vyapnoti means who? Resides everywhere. That is called Vishnu. So that means if Paramatma, Lord also, he resides everywhere in the form of Paramatma, super soul. Or Bhagavan, who is called Bhagavan? किसको भगवान कहते हैं? One who has 6 opulence. ऐश्वर्य वीर ऐश्वर्य समग्र सवीर्य जस श्री ज्ञान वैराग्यश्चैव सन्न भव इति. Who has 6 opulence is called Bhagavan. So now coming in this way. Narada told how possible my Lord also bind with the क्या बोला? सर्पवान ये भूल जाते. तुम यदि भूल जाते ये लोग क्या याद करेंगे? सर्पवान याद नहीं समझ. याद रखो क्या बोला? सर्पवान. बाण में नहीं एरो. सर्पवान स्नेक. हैं? क्या बोला? सर्पवान. याद है कि नहीं? क्या बोला? सर्पवान. हैं? Guru did not believe. How possible? Then Narada told. Then Narada told, okay, please you come out. Then from your door, then you can see. When Narada, when Garuda, he came out, and from his door, then he saw, and in the battlefield, Ram and Lakshman completely were fainted. And so bind with गुरु नाम लेते ही भवसिंधु सुखान. तुलसीदास he wrote one verse in Hindi verse in Ramcharitmanas, and नाम लेते ही भवसिंधु सुखान. Just to chant Lord's holy names, then you will free from the bondage of Maya. This is Naam lete hi bhavasindhu sikhan. Then what will say? Just Ajamil, he gave his son's name Chaku. What's his name? Narayan. Narayan. Ajamil, he gave his son's name Narayan. Then he delivered from this material. Namavase Ajamil Pailo Vaikunt. Ajamil just uttered his son's name Narayan. Then he attained Vaikuntha Dhama. A Shastra saying there are no difference Nam and Nami. There are no difference holy names and Sri Hari. You are chanting holy names means you are direct meet with Sri Hari. And Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You meet with Sri Hari or not? Huh? What do you think?
Very soon, very honest.
Very soon. I mean, not meet with him now. Very soon. No, you are meet with it. Just not no realization coming. This is another thing. Try to understand. Chanting holy names means you are direct meet with Sri Hari. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada explained. Harinam Grahan or Hari Darshan, then same. You understand? Just according your conditional stage, Baddha Dasa, you are not, and realization. And this is another thing. And but this is true. You are chanting holy names, and that means you are direct meet with Lord. And you understand now? And but you are thinking, oh, I am not doing that. No. How to realize these things? If you chant holy names, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Realization coming or not? No coming? Who has coming? Something coming. Huh? If not something, why you have come? Why are you chanting holy names? Question is coming. Something must be. Then you are coming. How do you know? Happiness coming. Then understand? You chant. If they chant holiness, be happy. Then chant holiness.
Chant happy.
Huh? Yeah. And happiness coming or not? Hey. You are laughing, so that means happiness coming. Huh? You are laughing means you are not crying. Huh? You are laughing, that means? Huh? If you cry, then they go, oh, no, you are not. Huh? You are laughing, so I think you are thinking something is coming. And according you say some percentage, and 1%, 10%,
0.5.
eh?
0.5.
1.5. Yes. She's saying 1.5. Okay. What did he say?
बाहर आकर देखा और आप
Guruji, he came out from his room. Guruji is thinking, my Prabhu's name and Prabhu's are not different. Just like you explained, Nama Nami Avinda. There are no difference between Sri Hari and Hari names. Both the same. Just like it. So how possible Indrajit, he bind my Prabhu Ram with the Sapavan. Okay, now coming. Then Guru, he saw a little bit far away. This is true. Ram and Lakshman completely are unconscious, fainted, Murchidevra. And also bind with Sapavan. Guru become surprised. How possible? This is true or wrong? Then Guru came very close to Ram and Lakshman is there. Then just the smell of the Guru's body, then all the snakes also ran. Then Guru's so much doubts come. First doubt, he saw Ram and Lakshman bind with the Sattva. Then when he came very close, the smell of his body, smell of the body of Garuda. Then all the snake ran away. Then more doubts come. Why? What are the doubts? Garuda is thinking, the snake, they are my food. And snake always afraid from Garuda. So Garuda, more doubts come. The how possible Rama and Lakshman, if they are Bhagavan, Parabrahma Bhagavan, and bind with Sarpavan, snake. Just give an example coming in this of Srimad Bhagavatam. Mother Yashoda, she bind to Krishna with her, what's it called? Rope of bride. Bride,
Right.
How possible Mother Yashoda, she bind to Krishna with the rope? It's impossible. And according to the philosophy Tattva Siddhanta, it's impossible. Because he is Bhagavan also, and he is also Paramatma. He is Brahma. Paramatma resides everywhere, just I told. That is not Paramatma. Inside of the rope, outside of the rope, everywhere Paramatma not. So how possible Mother Yashoda she bind to Krishna with the rope? रस्सी के द्वारा माँ यशोदा कृष्ण कैसे बंधन किया? You understand? How possible? Possible or not? Actually, the Mother Yashoda she did not bind to Krishna with the rope. Actually, Mother Yashoda she bind Krishna with her Vatsalya Rasa. Vatsalya prem and parental. And this is actually Tattva Darshan philosophy. And extend Naravat Lila, human being Lila, Mother Yashoda she bind Krishna with the rope. But Garuda now is coming this. Garuda thinks, how possible? Garuda has so many doubts coming. He's thinking, this Ram and Lakshman, they are Parabrahma, Bhagavan, or human being. These doubts come. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sandhyatma Vinasati. If you have doubts with Guru and Bhagavan, then you lose everything. Then good. Actually, this is also one kind of offense, aparad. Actually, Guru has no offense, aparad. Just acting this lila. Because if I say Guru, he committed offenses, aparad, then maybe I will be offended. You cannot say this word, but after this lila, Guru is thinking. Guru's doubts come. Then Guru is thinking. Then the Ram Lakshman, they are Bhagavad Tattva not, or ordinary human being. This doubts come in his mind. But if you have any doubts, what will do? You have to go to sadhu. And why I am saying? Because sadhu only remove all your doubts. संत महात्मा तुम्हारी केवल संदेह को दूर कर सकते हैं. Without necessary sadhu, you can't to free from the doubts. So Garuda is thinking what to do now. Then Garuda, he came Shivji. Understand? Because Shiv and Parvati always they glorify about Rama Katha. So Guruji, he asked to Lord Shiva. And Shivji he is called also Guru Tattva and Vaishnava Tattva. Understand? Shivji Vaishnavanan Yatha Sambhu. There are many Vaishnavas. And all you are Vaishnavas. Yes. But who is the best Vaishnava? सबसे श्रेष्ठ वैष्णव कौन है? शिवजी. So Shastra is saying, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vaishnavanan Yatha Sambhu. Sambhu is Shiv. Sickness coming. Nasim Tattva. Don't sleep. Listen. So Garuda, he came and asked the Lord Shiva, "You my Lord, tell to me." Then now Ram and Lakshman, they also doing this Leela in this material world. They are a real Bhagavan or human being? I have some doubts. Doubts coming up. Because if he is Bhagavan, how possible Indrajit bind him with Sarpavan? Or another thing, just smell of my body is coming, then all the snake run away. Or another thing I was told, Nam lete bhava sindhu sukhani. If you chant holy names, you free from the ocean of Maya. Or Ram is saying, if he is Bhagavan, how possible to bind? This question is come. Then Shivji is very clever. Shivji, he told, okay, all your doubts will remove if you listen Hari Katha from Kak Bhushandi. Who is Bhushandi? What is his name? Kak Bhushandi. Understand? Kak Bhushandi, in Ram Leela, and he also helps to Ramchandra's many Leelas is there. Kak Bhushandi means his form is as like crow. And he knows everything. And Tattva, Siddhanta, philosophy, everything is in this. For this regard, and many years, thousand years, he alive. He knows everything, Tattva, Ram Katha. And he always speaks Ram Katha. So, Lord Shiva, he told, you go and Kak Bhushandi. He will remove all your doubts from heart. Then Parvati, so Garudaji, he was flying, and came in front of Kak Bhushandi. But in the meantime, Devi Parvati, you understand? Devi Parvati, she asked Lord Shiva, yeah, you know all this stuff, why did not you tell? Who is Ram? Why did not remove all his doubts from his heart? You know all this stuff. Then Shivji told, listen, two things. Khag jane khag ki bhasha. Tulsidas used this word, khag jane khag ki bhasha. अरे এটা বাংলা না এটা হিন্দি তো এটা রামচরিত মানস কথা খগ জানে খগ কি ভাষা খগ মানে পক্ষী bird and Garuda also he is bird and Kak Bhushandi also he is bird. So maybe he will speak to him. Understand or not? Okay, maybe he will choose.
Bird understand.
Birds of a feather sticks together.
Two birds.
Bird.
Proverb. English proverb. जो पक्षी है वो पक्षी के साथ ही रहते हैं वो समझते हैं.
और उल्टा यदि उल्टा समझ जाएंगे सब.
If you associate with those who don't understand, then you will not understand.
You are right. English proverb. Okay, now we coming. Another thing is also, Lord Shiva, he told Devi Parvati, Garuda, he has some proud in his heart. He's thinking, I am the best. I am the very nearest and dearest of Lord Narayan. I am the career of Lord Narayan. This is his word. Proud. Then, if you have this types of proud, you cannot perform bhajan and sadhana. you cannot receive bhakti also. If you have some ahankar, there is Sanskrit word that is called ahankar. Ego. False ego. You cannot practice devotional service to Lord also. So Guru, these types of his false ego. Guru is thinking, I know everything. For this regard, but if you listen Harikatha from the lips of Kagubhushan, that's the form of crow. And crow is the very lowest birds among the all birds.
Least popular.
Yeah? Popular.
Least popular.
Least popular. जो सबसे नीचे
Least popular.
Least वो जो किसी को
चले
अच्छा
आते
नहीं
हैं।
लगते हैं।
Exactly.
लाइन में अब पहले
It's least popular. Yeah. I think we're good, but you think opposite.
Negative.
Then all his doubts will remove from him. For this reason, why Lord Shiva sent him to listen Harikatha from Kakabhushan? Because crows, they are very lowest bird. No one see to the crow. No one listen the sweet song. This is true or wrong? If the crow will come, ka, 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 very good. For Bengali word saying, kak karu kare nahi, Bangla bhijan, kak karu kare nahi, sampad haran, kakil karu kare nahi, dhan vitaran. Kakir kathor rab, bish lage kane, kokili sumodhur gan, mon vitayane. This is the Bengali poem. Kak karu kare nahi, sampad haran. Crow does not to steal others' property or nothing. Our cuckoo birds or not give the donation to anybody, nothing. But when the crows making sound ka ka ka, then so much pain coming. As like pee 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 pee. India. Because in front of the car also written in there, please horn. You have seen or not? If you go India, then please horn. So they please horn. Ding, 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 ding. This is not the behind the car. They are not fault. But what is my fault? What will you written?
Please horn.
Please horn. You have written or not?
No.
No.
Please don't hold.
Please don't.
Rude to him. यहाँ rude है, बुरा मानते हैं.
Lord sing, but people not follow. There's another thing. Okay, now what did he say? क्या बोला? काक करो करे नहीं संपद हरण, कोकिल करो करे नहीं धन वितरण. Kaku does not give the any wealth money to you. But when cuckoo birds singing, you are very happy. Sweet sound come. But both are same color. Ramananda, same. Understand? Cuckoo birds also black, or crow also black.
Which one's which? हम मालूम है कौन है. You're the crow.
You understand? Look, but everybody likes to whom?
The cuckoo.
Cuckoo bird. Why not like me?
Oh, no.
Eh?
You're the cookie boy.
Eh? Why? So here says, কাক করু করে নাই সম্পদ হরণ, কোকিল কারু করে নাই ধন বিতরণ, কাকের কঠোর রব বিষ লাগে কানে. When the crow makes the sound, it is too much also pain, disturbed. As I just explained this word, please horn. Please horn. So too much pain. But cuckoo birds sings very nicely, as like harmonium. Sa re ga. Because sweet sound coming, not other things. Yeah? So just I also coming my subject matter. So Lord Shiva, what is your Lord Shiva? He told Devi Parvati, Garuda, he has some false egos, ahankar. I am the best. And he is called also Pakhiraj. You know Pakhiraj? He is the king of all the birds. For this regard, his name is called Pakhiraj. Pakhiraj Garuda. Then, if you have this title, then you will be proud. Understand? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not give darshan to King Prataprudra. Why? Because this is his title. He is king. Not other things. Then, everybody also told to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, King Prataprudra, he is your best devotee. He completely, absolutely surrendered to Lord Jagannath. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, no, I will give that. But finally Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he say? Because this is his ego. What is that? I am King Prataprudra. King Prataprudra. If you say Prataprudra, no problem. But when you use this word, King. King, this is what? Ego. So Guru, this is the egos. What is the egos? You think I am the king of the birds, Pakhiraj. But that Pakhiraj will go in front of the, what is called? List of the birds.
Popular.
List of the birds. And listen. Then all his doubts will remove. This is the thing. So now coming in this way. You understand? Why Lord Shiva sent him to listen Hari Katha from Kadhasanji. For this reason. So now Garuda, he came in the place, on top of the mountain of the Himalaya. Very nice, beautiful place in there. Kadhasanji, he is sitting in one rock. And he is giving Hari Katha, Ram Katha. Even all the birds, not only birds, all the demigods, they also manifest in form of the birds and listen Hari Katha in there. Millions birds are there. Raman Ramcharit, Balmiki Raman was million birds are sitting in there. And when Garuda he came, he could not take the place. All chair completely what? No chair. That means there's no place to sit there. Then Guru is very far. And Kadhasanji, he gave Hari Katha, Ram Katha. A very sweet Ram Katha is there. Ramcharit Manas explained this. Have you seen? Ramananda TV can see this. Very nice, beautiful is Ram Katha. So when but Guruji, he was sitting very far. Then after Ram Katha finished, then all the birds, they also flew. Then Guruji, and very humble, he came in front of Kadhasanji. Then Guruji asked same question. Then now Ram and Lakshman, they also what is called? Fainted with Sarpabhama. You forget Sarpabhama. So they are Rama and Lakshman, they are Brahma Bhagavat Tattva or a human being. I had some doubts. Then that time Kagbhushan he told, hey Garuda, listen. Then only your knowledge you can understand. Then when you receive this mercy of Lord, then you realize to him. Atideva padambujadaya prasada lesanugrita evahi janati tattam bhagavan mahimna na channam eko opi chiran vichinnam. And Brahmastuti. You learn or not? Who learn? Sita. What is the meaning? You know, you learn this sloka?
Yeah.
Tathapi deva padambujade. Tathapi deva padambujade. Padambujade. Prasada desui janati tattam bhagwan mahimna nachannam eko upi chiran vichina. Millions birth. If you learn some Shastra, then you study many Ved, Puran, Upanishad, but you can't understand about him. When you receive his mercy, Bhagavad Kripa, then you realize about him. Then it says, Athapi deva padambujadeva prasada lesanu grita evahi janati tattam bhagwan mahimna nachannam eko opi chiran vijay. Iswariri kripalis হয়তো যাহারে ঈশ্বর তত্ত্ব সেই জানিবারে পারে Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bengali Paya. One who received the mercy of Lord, then he realized about him. Others no one. No one can realize about him. That means is what? According to your knowledge, Shastra Gyan, you cannot realize about him. Then what is sloka? नायम आत्मा प्रवचन लभ्यो न मेधया न बहुना श्रुतेन जमे वैसे विनुते तेन लभ्य तस्य आत्मा विवृणुते तनुसाम. And rendering study and perform many kinds of austerities, many kinds of activities of, but you cannot realize about him. When the Lord mercifully manifest in your heart and receive his mercy, then you realize about him. Otherwise not. So Ishwarer Kripalis Hoyto Jahari Ishwar Tattva se Jani Paripara. And when you receive this mercy of Lord, then you realize. Otherwise only you study Ved Adhyayan, you cannot understand. Rahu Ganai Tattavasa Jachi Nachedja Nirvapana Digriyadva Nachandasani va Jalagni Surji Bina Mahatu Padaraju Obhisekam. Everybody learn this sloka. This sloka is very important. Rahu Ganai Tattavasa Jachi Nachedja Nirvapana Digriyadva Nachandasani va Jalagni Surji Bina Mahato Padarajo Obhiseka. If you not completely, absolutely surrender to the speak of Guru and Krishna, then you cannot understand Tattva Siddhanta. So, Kagbhushan he told to Guruji, hey Garuda, listen these things. Then, actual Ram and Lakshman, they are Purna Brahma Bhagavan. Just they are doing this Leela. Then Kagbhushan he told his own life history. As like Gokumar told his own life history to his disciple. Who is his disciple? Mathur Brahma. Hey, nice word. कम से एक तो मिला because 1 month I gave Hari Katha Brihad Bhagavatamrita Govardhan कम से एक तो मिल गया याद रखो good or not? Very nice. Who spoke to whom?
You spoke to us.
That's true. Gup Kumar told his own realization in front of his disciple Mathura Brahman Janasarma. Yeah? But he spoke listen, but not realization coming. How did he get realization? When Gup Kumar, he just touched his lotus hand on his head. Yatha Sarupavat. Then he realized. Understand? This is also very important. So every touch my head, touch my head. Touch it now. Touch करने को तो हो जाता है. टच करने से नहीं होता है. जब सरेंडर होता है तब होता है ना. And Guru Kripa, if you receive the mercy, so you surrender. Otherwise nothing. चलो, हाँ, क्या बोला?
Black history.
Kagbhushan, just Kagbhushan, he told his own life history. Hey Garuda, listen. And once I had also doubt about Lord Ramchandra. Then same thing, I committed offense. As like Brahma told to Indra, hey Indra, I also committed lotus feet of Krishna. You know, Indra, when he came in front of Brahmaji, then Brahmaji told these things. So now coming this Kagbhushan, he told his life history. He listened, Garuda. When Lord Ramchandra is very small baby, very small baby, maybe 1 or 2 years baby, very small baby, completely naked, and also mother Kausala give some, what is called, food stuff, There Ramchandra, he was eating. Even Ramchandra, he does not know how to eat. Sometimes baby does not know how to eat. And something eating, something throwing, and sometimes running here and there in this material. If you have baby also something eating, sometimes throwing, and sometimes running. In the same way, baby Ram, eating some foodstuffs and also running here and there and throwing this. Then Kagbhushan is thinking, and Crow is thinking, oh, he is my Lord. I have to take his remnants. That is called Bhagavat Prasad. Bhagavat Chatur, what is it? Chatur, Chaturvida Sri Bhagavat Prasad. Sadhvanna Triptan Varivakta Sangan Kridaiva Tripting Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru Sri. So Bhagavat Prasad. So Kagbhushan is thinking, I have to take the remnants of Lord Ram, baby Ram. Very coming, very close. When Crow came, Kagbhushan came, baby Ram started to cry. And cried, small baby cried loudly, ma, 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 ma. And so much tears running down. When Kagbhushan, he saw this, that his doubts coming. If he is Bhagavan, he does not know me, I am his eternal servant. So why is he crying? And why he is afraid from me? Why? Then he doubted. Then again Kagbhushan is saying, then I am thinking, what to do now? Is he real Bhagavan? Parabrahma Bhagavan? Or just ordinary human baby? The doubts come. Then Kagbhushan is thinking, what to do now? Then again coming, okay. Then Ram is Bhagavan, a small baby, but he is Bhagavan. He realized, oh, Kalbhushan, he has doubt about me. Then Ramchandra, Lord Ramchandra, baby Ram, he's thinking, okay, he is my eternal servant. I have to catch him. Understand? Then baby Ram just, what is called? हाथ को बढ़ाया.
Stretched out his
hand. Then Kalbhushan is thinking maybe his baby, ordinary baby, and he will be crush my
throat.
So I will die. Look this thing. Then he also had and flew away. Then baby Ram also his hand also just behind him. And then Kalbhushan is flying. And when he turned his face, and same Ramchandra's baby's Ramchandra's hand also chasing behind. Well, he also ran the whole universe. Brahmanda, Vichuddha Brahmanda ko ghumi. And still also had Ramchandra's hand also chasing behind. And so much 14 years come, what was doing? Then Kalbhushan told, hey Guruji, just I fold my hand and chant his holy name. Bolo Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Ragupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sita Ram, Ragupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sita Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Look this. Then Ramchandra smiled. Because Guruji, he chanted Ram Nam. Because then Lord Ram, the baby Ram, smiled. Then Kalbhushan entered in his mouth and coming in the stomach of Ramachandra. Then he saw in the stomach of Lord Ramchandra, inside the stomach of Ramachandra, universe, Brahmanda, and same Lila is going on this way also. Then he confused what to do. Look, Kalbhushan told, hey Guruji, when Ramchandra smiled, then I entered in his mouth and coming in his stomach. And so in his stomach, the universe, Brahmanda, Ananta Brahmanda. And same Ram Lila is going on everywhere. Then I said, and same Ram Lila, what is going? Same baby Ram. Eating some food stuff. I saw this thing. Then I said, oh, he's for Brahma Bhagavan. Then I fold my hand and chant holy names and paid my obeisances until Guruji. Again Ramchandra smiled. Then I came out from his stomach. Then I saw in the same place, in the courtyards of Kosala. And same Ramchandra eating some foodstuffs and crying something. Then all my doubts so that means Kalbhushan he told, hey Guruji, listen. Without this mercy of Lord, you cannot understand these things. But how will receive this mercy of Lord? Sadhu Sangha. Vinu Satsanga Vivekana Hoi Rama Kripa Vinu Sulabhana. Without this mercy of Lord Ram, you cannot get the association of Sadhu Sangha. Because Sadhu Sangha, তবে সেই জীব সাধু সঙ্গ করে That means when you will get the mercy of Lord, Bhagavad Kripa, then you will get the association of sadhu sangha. So I think kono bhagyi kono jibir shraddha jadi hoy tabe sei jeev sadhu sangha kare. And with the association sadhu, then we will realize this philosophy tattva siddhanta. So sadhu sangha is very powerful. So satsanga sadhu sangha. Then Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, the conversation between Nimi Maharaj and 9 rishis, that is called Navajagendra Sambhad. Ato Atmantik Kemo Pichamo Bhavato Onoga Khanardogi Satsanga Sevadhi Nina. Here Rajan King, listen. One moment or half moment, if you associate with sadhu, then all your doubts remove from your heart and attain to Siddha Bhakti. Then, so sadhu sangha. Bolo Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Bolo Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal. Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal. Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal.